On a new episode of Chrisley Knows Best, Chase Chrisley puts his father in his place. Fans know Todd Chrisley has a high opinion of himself. He's smart and well-dressed and knows it. He expects his children to hold themselves to a high standard as well. He's always pushed them from the time they were young to motivate them to work hard. In the newest episode of the show, Savannah Chrisley is getting some unsolicited advice about her makeup business. She just wants to hang with her dad, but he's in full business partner mode. He renamed some of her lipsticks and did things she didn't ask him to do. Later, a conversation with Chase, Todd once again reestablishes who his kids take after. He thinks the kids get being late from Julie and all of the good qualities from him. Chase has a different opinion about where he gets his personality from. When they are talking in the kitchen on a USA Instagram clip, Todd is listing all the qualities Chase Chrisley and his sister got from him. He says all the beauty, compassion, kind-heartedness, business intelligence. Where do you think your best qualities come from? When Chase responds, he doesn't even think about it for a minute. He says, my mother. Nanny Faye gets the big laugh because she agrees with him. She says, Amen, which earns a hug from Chase while Todd mocks their laughing. One fan commented on the post and said, he had also said, and Nanny Faye. They cut it out. That's why she says amen. The followers agree with Chase Chrisley. One says, so true? Julie has it going on. Another said, Julie is one of my favorite TV moms. Nanny Faye is one of my favorite grandmas. Other fans think that Todd just wants the best for Savannah. He reminded her that when he signed on to help with the business, he told her he was going to push her. Chase pointed out to his sister, she's just like Todd. She's laser-focused on her business. She just couldn't see it. He tells her she's just as uptight as Todd is about her business. Fans really supported Julie and mentioned Todd is always the first to toot his own horn. They said, takes a real woman to put up with a man like Todd Chrisley. What's your opinion on which parent gave the good traits to their offspring? Do you agree with Todd or Chase? Comment with your thoughts down below. Don't miss Chrisley Knows Best and Growing Up Chrisley, airing Thursdays on the USA Network. For years, the world watched the Chrisley family turn drama into ratings gold. From their larger-than-life patriarch Todd Chrisley to the quiet strength of Julie, their southern charm and dysfunction kept viewers hooked. But the family's off-screen troubles brought a darker twist. Now, with the dust beginning to settle, one member of the Chrisley clan is stepping out in a way fans didn't quite expect. Chase Chrisley, long seen as the comic relief son with a knack for poor timing and rich boy blunders, has delivered a powerful message without giving a speech, without rage, and without begging for attention. In a bold, character-defining move, Chase has finally shut down Todd, not with anger, but with action. And if there's one person he's silently thanking for how he handled it all, it's not his father. It's Julie. The fallout of fam to Chrisley, once the self-proclaimed king of Southern real estate and reality TV, now sits behind bars for bank fraud and tax evasion. His public image as a God-fearing, tough-loving family man was shattered, revealing a manipulative undercurrent that many in the family had quietly endured. Chase, ever loyal, initially stood by Todd. He visited, defended him publicly, and even echoed Todd's lines about the truth coming out eventually. But something shifted in 2024. Those close to the family noticed it first. Chase stopped parroting his father's words. He no longer posted throwback photos with long captions about loyalty. He wasn't showing up at the prison as often. He became quiet, but not passive. And when asked directly about his father's ongoing legal battles in a rare sit-down podcast appearance, Chase didn't dodge, deny, or defend. He simply said, there's a time when you have to stop making excuses for people just because they're your blood. That was it. No direct shots, no grandstanding. But the message? Crystal clear. Julie's quiet influence while Todd always craved the spotlight. Julie played the role of the calm in the storm. On Chrisley Knows Best, she was the voice of reason, the ever-patient mother who smoothed over Todd's rough edges. But that patience had limits. According to insiders, Julie's relationship with Chase has always been different. More nurturing, more honest. And during the chaos of their family's legal disaster, Julie, unlike Todd, didn't use Chase as a mouthpiece or a PR puppet. Instead, she gave him space. She didn't tell him what to say. She taught him how to say nothing when nothing needed saying. Sources close to the family claim Julie's no speech method with Chase wasn't neglect. It was intentional strength. Julie always said, "You don't have to respond to fire with fire. Sometimes you just step back and let it burn out on its own," one family friend shared. And now, that wisdom is bearing fruit. The moment it all shifted in August 2025, Chase was invited to a panel for young influencers who grew up on reality TV. His appearance was casual: jeans, boots, no designer logos, no entourage. But when asked about the impact his father had on his career and identity, Chase paused, looked the moderator in the eye, and said, "You can love someone and still refuse to live under their shadow." I learned that the hard way. There was a silence in the room, a respectful one. He didn't bash Todd. He didn't victim blame. He didn't say anything about Julie, but everyone could feel it. This was Chase stepping out from under his father's narrative. And in that moment, the Julie influence was all over him. From reckless to rooted fans who once wrote Chase off as the goofball son now see a young man making grown decisions. He's moved away from reality shows, focusing instead on real estate deals that don't rely on family name-dropping. He quietly opened a mental health initiative aimed at young men raised in high-pressure environments. And in interviews, when asked about his parents, he doesn't dodge. But he doesn't dump either. His new mantra: "I say less and do more. That's what my mom taught me." And that may be the most un-Todd thing he's ever done. Shutting down Todd without a fight in early 2025, word got out that Todd, still trying to control the narrative from prison, was pressuring his children to participate in a documentary he was producing through legal back channels. The documentary, designed to clear his name, required family cooperation and testimonials. Lindsay and Savannah were rumored to be considering it. Grayson was too young to decide, but Chase? He shut it down. No dramatic press release. No online feud. He simply told producers, no. That was it. A single syllable that spoke volumes. It was the firmest line Chase had ever drawn with his father, and it was done without cameras, without social media. Just a quiet, resolute refusal. Todd reportedly did not take it well, but Chase didn't budge. That's when fans started piecing it together. Chase had grown, and his growth didn't come from Todd. It came from watching Julie endure, forgive, protect, and finally choose peace over performance. Julie's no speech legacy. Julie Chrisley may not have written a memoir, but her life spoke volumes. She stayed loyal without being loud. She endured public scrutiny, health scares, and legal pressure with barely a headline. And though she, too, faced prison time, her dignity remained intact. Where Todd was fire, Julie was water. And Chase? He became the proof that you don't have to follow chaos to survive it. In private conversations, he's said to praise his mom's ability to see the big picture. While Todd taught him how to talk, Julie taught him how to listen, how to wait, and most importantly, how to walk away without burning bridges. From punchline to piece, the public first met Chase as a prankster who couldn't follow directions or finish a sentence without getting distracted. But the man emerging now is vastly different. He's learned that character is built in silence. That saying no without explanation is a full sentence. That shutting someone down doesn't always look like slamming a door. It can just be choosing a different one. And if Todd Chrisley ever truly listens, really listens, it won't be through another episode or headline. It'll be in the echo of the silence his son left behind. The final word. Without word Chase, Chrisley's transformation isn't loud. It's not viral. It's not a publicity stunt. It's just real. He's shutting down manipulation. He's shutting down cycles. And he's doing it not by flipping tables, but by pulling his seat away altogether. And as for Julie, She may never give a speech, but through Chase, her quiet example roars louder than any words ever could.